Right, I'm sitting here in Heidelberg with Ted Christopher. Ted's singer, songwriter, promoter, general all-round good guy. Is that worth a few bob? Is that worth something for me, Ted?
That's worth a few bob.
You know, I know we're over here primarily because Scotland have qualified for the Euros, but is there more to it than that, Ted?
Yeah, there is. I mean, it's the Tartan Army's transcends football. I mean, football is the reason the Tartan Army exists, but it has grown to be a huge sort of part of Scottish culture. So it's they're here to have a good time.
And I think what we've seen between the two of us, they're certainly having a good time. They're making the most of their time here, as they always do.
They seem to be. I mean, I've seen both Munich police and the Cologne authorities have said that they've had no trouble whatsoever, and the Scottish fans have been brilliant and welcome back any time. So.
And what do you think sets Scottish fans apart? Because they go we've been a few places ourselves, you know, but there's never trouble. What is it about us?
I think, I mean, I know it sounds daft that we all dress up in kilts, but there's a common sort of theme there that it's everybody sort of looks on everybody else as just one of the boys. You know, it's very often you can be with guys for a long time and you never discuss domestic football. You know, you can, but I mean, it's not a big issue. You know, it's
something I've noticed ourselves. Obviously, well, everybody supports different teams, but it's including me and you.
Yeah.
But it's never really a discussion.
Yeah, but it's not the only thing that's not a discussion. I mean, people in the Tartan Army didn't discuss religion. They didn't discuss what folk do for a job. You know, I mean, a lot of these guys see each other regularly on Tartan Army trips, and they're best of buddies. And one's maybe a dustman and the other is a bank manager, but it doesn't make any difference, you know. When you go to a Tartan Army trip, you get a daft kilt and a t-shirt on, and you're just one of the boys. It's
And so far, Ted, as regards the football, obviously the first match was a huge disappointment. What did you think of last night against Switzerland?
I thought they were much better against Switzerland last night. I still think there's a couple of problem positions.
Is that diplomatic, Ted?
Yeah, I suppose it's been diplomatic, but I've got to admit that, irrespective of it, how critical members of the Tartan Army could be in the Scotland team, or of any team, at that level, all these guys in the park, whether they didn't live up to expectations or not, they're all better players than everybody that's criticising them.
that's a fair point. I think we can accept that, all right, can't we?
Aye. And likewise the criticism of the manager. You know, it's like, how can you criticise somebody whose knowledge of tactics is much more depth than your average punter on the terracing, you know?
Definitely.
So we're all complaining about daft things, about substitutes should have been on earlier and all that sort of stuff, but you put the trust in the guy to run your team, so you'll let him do it, you know? Moan about it during the game.
Dissect it afterwards, as we've done many a time. Aye. And so, we've got Hungary on Sunday.
I'm hungry just now, actually.
Join the club. What do you think? Hungary will move?
Well, I expected Hungary to be a pretty strong opponent before we come out here. I don't think that will change. They're playing for pride now, you know, and they're out. They can't go through. But
I mean, pride can be a dangerous tool to play against.
Aye, it can be. And we showed that way back against Holland and Argentina. You know, I mean, it's if you're playing for the jersey and so far you haven't done very well, then the last thing you want to do is to go home in disgrace, you know. So it's, so these guys they'll be up for it. They'll maybe not a chance of qualifying, but they'll be seriously up for it. So we'll do well to beat them.
Well, certainly will, Ted. Listen, Ted, I'd like to thank you for your contribution here, and I hope that I'm sure the Drive 105 listeners will be delighted to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm delighted to do it.
Thanks very much, Ted.